Guys, big announcement today. Kaplan Cycles is proud to be sponsoring Chris Canning, one of the winningest riders ever in New England history, for the NESC Pro Championship, and he may be going to Loretta's. We'll talk about that in a second, but we've wanted Chris on the team since the day we got the Gas franchise. He was sponsored by another team under contract. He finally became available, and welcome aboard, Chris. We are more than excited. Chris is like family to me.
Absolutely.
When Junior was just a little kid, Chris started a motocross school at our compound, and so some of the winningest amateur and expert riders ever have in New England. Pretty much unanimously. Though, if you go to a Canning Speed Establishment school, the guys that are there on Wednesday will be the ones on the podium on the weekend. So we're thrilled to have you aboard, Chris. Looking forward to 2026. Here's your first bike that we're giving to you.
Yep.
This is full sponsorship from Kaplan Cycles, and you can see it's got the Kaplan graphics on there. And you got to get the 51 off there. And what number are you running this year?
376.
376.
Yep.
You might have seen him at the Nationals running in the top 10 against the best riders on the planet as a privateer. When Chris was, I think, 16 or 17 years old, did his first National, came over our house. His bike was in about 10 pieces, put it together the day before the National, went out and ran in the top 20 on a bone stock KX. So he's got some serious national level speed.
When we did that, I didn't even have my license yet, actually.
You didn't? How old are you?
I was 16, but we were taking the bike apart and putting it in my ex-girlfriend's car and driving it around that way.
I remember seeing, you had the thing dismantled and put it in the car. So check this out. We're also giving Chris a brand new 250 Gas MC 250 to run. What's the scoop? You can run these in NESC in which classes? Yeah,
so I mean, technically I can run that one in both classes, but that's like the lights bike. And then the 450 is going to be like the bike I do like mainly practice everything on. So that one, Loretta's Y's and Mini-O's and all those other big amateur races, like the 450's really like what I race. So
that's awesome. I think it's really cool that we're going to be seeing some massive holies on the 252 stroke, and I pretty much predict he's going to decimate the 254 strokes on this thing, which is I'm old school two-stroke guy, so that'll make us happy. We'll be there filming Chris at a lot of these races, especially Southwick. We'll be going to the Canning Speed Establishment School. Myself, I try to go every year. I learn something every year from him. If you go to his school, he'll teach you everything you need to get on the podium. Whether you can do it or not is up to you. You got to practice and listen to what. But he's been a motocross coach since he was, how old were you when you started? Were you like 16?
So when we started that at your house, I think I was like 15-ish. Yeah. But yeah, so I've been doing it for a while now. So
that's awesome. So he's really good with the kids. He was at Loretta's this year. A lot of his students are going for national championships and competing at the highest level at Loretta's. Mini-O's. He'll be at those races coaching his kids and also competing. He qualified very easily for the Loretta's championship this year. And tell me how it was going. I think you had like a 6 second a lap.
Practice day went well, and then I was like 38th gate pick or something, and like ended up coming out in second. And I was like, all right, like we got plenty of time. And then, I think everybody's seen the video of me whacking the tree. So didn't go well, obviously, but that's part of it. I was going to be there either way. So, is what it is. I'll be back next year for a little redemption. So
it would have been cool to see you win that national championship this year at Loretta's, but I'm sure next year you will. I hope to be there for sure. I'd love to come and see you do that and film some of it for you guys. So if you guys want to get involved in motocross, you got to go to the school. It's at Southwick pretty much every Wednesday all summer long, right?
Yeah, so the Wednesday classes are at Southwick, but I do stuff every other day too. Like Mondays are over at Diamond MX in Wareham, Mass. And then Tuesdays, Thursdays are private lessons wherever people want to train. So it's a full-time thing for me. So Wednesdays are at Southwick, and obviously Southwick's a national track, and we leave it rough from the races. So to me, that's like the best one. Like if you're going to come to one, I would say Southwick's definitely the one to be at. So,
and his team of coaches include guys like Keith Johnson, who is another one of the best, winningest riders ever in New England, who's 50 years old and probably could. How old is he now?
50. I think he's going to be 55 like this week.
It still has national caliber speed. In fact, won the amateur national championship 2 years ago.
I think he has 8 titles at Loretta's. Yeah, he's one of he has close to records down there. So yeah, he has a lot.
Some other names you might recognize are like Justin Coquinos, who just won the J-Day Off-Road Championship. He's one of Chris's students who's now a coach there. Definitely want to get involved with that. These guys know what's up, how to set up the bike, how to get you dialed in to win. And for us, this is a huge, we sponsor through the Gas Mob program, which this isn't a Mob program sponsorship. The Mob program sponsorship is like Kawasaki Team Green, but it's Kawasaki Mob. I mean, a Gas Mob, because a mob full of riders show up that are sponsored by them every year. I think Junior's sponsoring 12 riders through the Mob program this year. If you want to get on board, send your resume before it's too late. So we'll have a lot of riders in New England racing with the Kaplan Cycles bikes, and had a record year. We're still the #1 gas dealer on planet Earth. We saw a lot of these. We sold 30 of the 300 two-strokes last week alone, and we just got another tractor trailer load of 250s that came in. So we'll be dropping another Too Good to Believe, stacking them cheap, selling them deep, stacking them deep, selling them cheap videos with no fluff. So as Junior would say, he's tied up. Otherwise, he would have been in this meeting. So, what are your plans for 26?
So I go to Florida actually like in 2 days here. I head to Florida, do like some schools before Minios, and then I'm at Minios. I'm not racing it this year just because I haven't ridden much after Loretta. So, but next year plan is to do Minios, Loretta's. I'm trying to figure out if I can get to some spring nationals, like with the program I have in Florida. I don't know if I can get away from the training the students. But NESC is going to be part of the plan next year. And then some of those bigger, like I missed out on a bunch of like big, like fun races. Like they do that Travis Pastrana one and the Muddy Creek Memorial one, and like a bunch of those like one-off, like fun races to do. So a lot of racing next year.
So, and you're real close to being the New England motocross history. It runs pretty deep. It goes back 50 years to the early 70s. That the NESC has been the governing body of racing. And there's a few riders that stand out, guys like John Dowd, Doug Henry, Keith Johnson, Chris Canning, Tony LaRusso, Pat Barton is one, probably, I think he might be up there in the most championships. But as far as pro class championships, not vet rider championships, pro class, Chris Canning, I think you're in second, right now?
Yeah. Tony, I don't know the exact number. I think it's like, I don't know, 4 or 5 something. More championships than me, but I'm hoping to at least tie that next year and then start trying to bump them out a little bit.
It's a big deal. Tony's a legend in New England motocross. He almost qualified for the Southwick National this year. At how old is he?
He's early 50s. Yeah, he's
in his 50s.
Yeah,
and he's absolutely flies still. But Chris will probably dethrone Tony as the winningest pro rider ever in New England history on a Kaplan Cycles bike, which warms my heart, that's for sure. So I'm glad to be able to support you and be part of your team. And your son, who's 18 months old, you should see the videos of this kid. He's riding a balance bike already fluently, like in skate parks. He doesn't even know how old he is. 18 months old, So there'll be another generation of Cannings coming up through the ranks, and we want to be part of that too. So stay tuned for some mini racing and some big wins for the Team Kaplan Cycles in 2026. Chris, like I said, I go to your schools on Wednesday and you show up on Sunday and your guys are winning. Total domination on the Canning Speed establishment like I've never seen before. There's not another school on the East Coast that comes close. I don't know about the West Coast, but your riders are absolutely crushing it at a very high level. Give us some of the stats, because they are unbelievable. Yeah,
so last year, I didn't do the math for this season yet because it just ended, but last year we had, I think it was 92 championships, like student-wise. So, so that's a high number for local racing. And obviously that doesn't include some of the guys I train out west, but New England base was 92. So pretty much every class winner was a Canning Speed kid. So it's cool.
Like I told you, the proof is in the pudding. These guys are absolutely cleaning up. And Tyler and I will be going and getting some killer footage of Chris and his team of students destroying the competition at some of the local events. And God willing, we'll be down to Loretta's or Minios. It's on my bucket list to get down there and enjoy the show for sure. But take a look at this thing. Look how beautiful these 450 factory editions are. I mean, it really doesn't get any better than this. And the KTM group, who owns Gas, and Husqvarna, these are very similar design to the KTM. They market these as ready to race. Now, Chris will be racing at the national level, competing for national championships at Loretta Lynn's, local championships, maybe even do a couple national rounds. What do you have to do to this bike to get it ready? Because I think it's a pretty short list, right?
Yeah. So in reality, I send the suspension to factory connection. Recluse hooks me up, so I put a Recluse clutch on it. And then Tasha fuels, I put race fuel in it. And honestly, that's pretty much how I race them.
Bone stock engine.
Yeah. I mean, it's a 450. So in reality, like, it can be too fast sometimes, you know? So I don't ever do much to them. The race fuel and suspension is really the ticket, you know? And like even when I got the 6, like whatever it was 2 or 3 years ago now, that's all that bike had to it, so.
The only question I have for 2026 in New England racing is who's going to be second? Because I have total confidence that this guy is going to absolutely, if he has no broken bones, and even if he does, you know, he'll tape it up and get out there. He's tough as nails. It's one thing I got to say about Chris. No matter what he's been through, he always bounces back, has a super positive attitude about. That's how he got as far as he is. He's a never say die kind of guy, and that's the kind of guy we want on the leading our team for sure. For 2026. Thanks again, brother, for choosing Kaplan Cycles.
No, I'm super excited
about it. I
wish
Junior could be here for this moment, but we'll be there.
I'm super excited. You've been a part of my racing career right from the beginning, right when I turned pro, got on big bikes, everything. So I'm super excited to be back, part of the team. Like I said, you know, you've been a big part of everything I've done. So I'm excited for this chapter. So.
Thank you. And the Northeast Regional Sales Manager for Gas is none other than John Adamy, who is the mechanic at the Nationals. He's on the line with Chris pretty much. He's been supporting Chris. Rocket Performance is the name of his little side gig from being in the Northeast. You got to love a guy who spends his entire career working on motorcycles. Then on the weekend, what does he do? Go wrench on bikes, you know, and build race engines. And to have him as the Northeast Regional Sales Manager is a big part of our success. Him and Junior worked real closely to pull some magical deals to the market, like $69.95 out the door for a brand new MC300. And we've got some MC250s, which are actually going to be a little less than that. We'll be dropping that bomb probably later today or tomorrow. So we're trying to get the bikes into the hands of the riders at an affordable price with no fluff. We want to see the lines full of red this year. And if you want to be up front, you need to be on red. And we'll be there for you. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, Gas, for hooking us up. And God bless America.